हाय जानीस, बादशाह सलामत जिंदाबाद। भाषा डैम का संगे बुनियाद रखा गया। All the opposition on one side, and fortunately for Pervez Bhai, the other side of the gulf, he got what he wanted. But I believe the gulf between them has shrunk to quite a degree. शरीफ ने काफी नवाजी दिखाई जब पिंकी उसकी मेहमान बनी. The two did look a bit nervous though, at least in the photographs. But what caught my fancy was the table separating them. खानों से सजी वो मेज किसी तौरिक स्टेटमेंट से कम ना थी. Perhaps they want us to believe कि अब उनके सामने कुछ भी या सब कुछ ही क्यों ना रखा हो, वो मजीद कुछ नहीं खाएंगे. वो दोनों कुछ खाएं ना खाएं, शेख चिल्ली will have loads to eat. You know, of the लाल हवेली fame. इतला आई है कि उनसे इतलात की वजारत छिन गई और साथ ही उन्हें रेलवे से नवाज दिया गया. और वहां तो सभी खाते हैं. You know, पाकिस्तान रेलवेज का नॉट सो हाइजीनिक खाना बड़े बड़ों के पेट खराब हो जाते हैं. चलो, दिमाग खराब होने से तो बेहतर है जो हमारी अक्सर हीरोइंस के हुए रहते हैं. हाय, नाम नहीं लूंगी, but I met one of our top heroines the other day. For the sake of conversation, I asked her what she did first thing in the morning. And guess what she said? She said, I go home. लाहौर भी बड़ा कमाल शहर है, पर पिछले दिनों खान शहर बना हुआ था लाहौर. You know, all the exciting Khans had gathered in Lahore. I mean, Fardeen, Sanjay, Feroz, just to name a few. और देखिए तो सही किस्मत की सितम ज़रीफ़ी, मैं यहाँ फंसी हुई थी. हाय, लाहौर चली जाती तो मेरी खानम बनने की सदियों पुरानी इच्छा पूरी हो जाती. लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, अपने लिए कोई 30 मार खान ढूंढ लूंगी. As they say, no use crying over spilt milk. पर मुझे यकीन है कि वहाँ दूध से ज़्यादा बूज़ की नदियाँ बही होंगी. Well, so much for my miseries. अपनी ज़िंदगी में रंग लौटाने के लिए मैंने अपने यहाँ अपनी एक दोस्त को बुला रखा है. एक ऐसी दोस्त को जो रंगों से खेलती है. और आप तो जानते हैं कि मेरा मजाज हमेशा रंगों का तलबगार रहता है. An artist, a sculptor, a friend. Step right in. Durriya Kazi. Darling, so wonderful to have you here really. कब से बुला रही थी तुम्हें और कितने नखरे दिखा रही थी तुम मुझे. लेकिन देखो, जो चीज़ मैं चाहती हूँ ना उसको हासिल कर ही लेती हूँ. तुम्हें यहाँ चाहती थी सो बुला लिया. कैसी हो? It's wonderful to really have you around.
Thank you, Nazi. It's so nice that you thought of me.
आजकल क्या कर रही हो?
आजकल मैं यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ाती हूँ. वो एक खुद अपना एक it's a long drawn out process. And I took some exhibitions, 2 exhibitions, one to Japan and one to Australia, which I'll tell you about later when we have more time.
Hi Jaan, I see you carrying something with you. ये कोई नक्शा तो नहीं है कि बैंक लूटने का?
नहीं भाई, this is something which I have made specially for you, Nazi. But of course, being the lazy person I am.
नक्शा होना चाहिए बैंक रॉबरी का, डार्लिंग. आजकल बड़े बुरे हालात आए हुए हैं.
Okay, close your eyes.
Okay.
Now have a look. What do you think?
Durriya, but that's me.
Yes, that's you. And I've made it specially for you. I photoshopped it myself and I think it's you, Nazi. Like a butterfly, spreading your wings and flying. And I think it's exactly how I feel about you.
Hi Durriya, I feel so happy right now and look how wonderful I look here. And I feel so liberated. I mean, I must show this to my viewers. देखिए ना. Thanks Durriya.
In fact, ये वही साड़ी है ना जो तुम अभी पहनी हुई हो?
नहीं, मैं अपनी पुरानी साड़ियाँ भारी भारी नहीं
शौक है बहुत येलो.
एक दफ़ा पहनती हूँ फिर उतार के फेंक देती हूँ. तुम तो जानती हो ना, बड़े लोगों के अजीब अजीब से शौक होते हैं. वैसे आई मस्ट टेल माय व्यूअर्स, दुरिया और मैं बहुत अच्छी दोस्तें भी हैं. दुरिया फायज़ा की छोटी बहन है but I've always felt like a sister towards दुरिया. और फ़ायज़ा से मेरी दोस्ती का एक ज़्यादा दोस्ती होने का एक मकसद शायद उसके टैरोस भी थे ना. मैं जा के फ़ायज़ा से हर वक्त टैरो कार्ड्स करवाती रहती हूँ. But darling, after this, I'll have to tell Faizi that Faizi Jani, I mean, there's a special bond between me and her now. So, how's Faiza doing?
Faiza's fine.
घर में
Faiza's
सब
fine.
खैरियत
She
है?
sent her love to you. उसको बड़ा शौक था कि तुम जा रही हो, मैं नहीं आ रही हूँ.
दुरिया, एक सवाल जो मुझे यकीन है कि मेरे तमाम क्योंकि तुम मुझसे उम्र में काफ़ी छोटी हो. मैं तो बहुत कोशिश की, मैं धूप में भी खड़ी रही लेकिन मेरे बाल सफ़ेद नहीं हुए. यू नो, इट्स अ नेचुरल कलर ऑफ कोर्स. बहुत सारे लोगों को तुम्हें देखकर ये दिल में ख्याल आता होगा, इज़ दिस योर नेचुरल कलर और हैव यू डाइड इट वाइट?
Now you see, it's very tempting कि मैं कोई बहुत अच्छी सी कहानी सुनाऊं कि मेरे बाल कैसे सफ़ेद हुए. But I have to be honest and say it's just white. It started going white when I was very young, and I just haven't dyed it. So it's just the way it is.
I think it's such a beautiful white. लेकिन मैं हमेशा ही समझती थी कि तुमने डाई करवाए हैं as a repellent to keep, you know, unnecessary sort of men away. Because only a man who will have exotic sort of taste and will be able to appreciate sort of the angelic beauty of your white hair, really. You look so beautiful, darling. Really. बहुत glamorous, popular art में believe करती हो. तुम्हारी जो ज़्यादातर काम सामने आए, your passion for truck art. Let's talk about that.
Well, I don't know if it's passion for truck art. मैंने यहाँ पे इंग्लैंड गई आर्ट सीखने के लिए और मुझे वहाँ बहुत एहसास हुआ कि why am I in another country? I should be in my own country and try and understand what the art is. And you know, over here, there's a very small group of people who go to galleries and see art. So I sort of feel very much that it's something one should really think very seriously about, that what is it that appeals to us, what is our aesthetic, what is our art. And in that quest, truck art is just one part of it. I'm equally interested in other aspects of cultural life. You know, whatever it is, whether it's, the exhibition I took was of Pakistani film posters, and it's a little known fact that the handmade posters have completely finished all over South Asia, and the only ustad left now is in Lahore, in Royal Park, Istiqbal, and even that is finishing because of Panaflex. I feel very unhappy. I'd like to know who is the person who started Panaflex and tell him off for having put an end to this amazing artwork. So it's really a variety of things that I'm interested in.
Acha, and I also heard that you went to Milan to be in an exhibition titled Connecting People.
Yes, it was not an exhibition. It was a lecture group of a set of lectures where they have Connecting People. In fact, recently they've put me in another publication. It was another exhibition in my absence. I didn't even know they were doing that. So I'm always trying to find ways in which to make links with people. And I think the Milan exhibitions, not exhibitions so much as the talks and lectures, are they were very thrilled about this part of it.
But you know, तुमने अभी सेमिनार में जाके तुम कनेक्टिंग और तुम लोगों को कनेक्ट करने के बारे में इतनी पैशनेटली फील करती हो. तुम जानती हो कब से अकेली हूँ, तन्हा हूँ, ये अकेलापन काटने को दौड़ता है. दुरिया, कभी मेरा तो ख्याल किया होता, कभी मेरे बारे में तो सोचा होता, मुझे तो किसी से कनेक्ट कर दिया होता.
जिन लोगों को मैं जानती हूँ उनसे आप कनेक्ट होना नहीं चाहेंगी.
मुझे यकीन है कि तुम काफ़ी अच्छे लोगों को जानती होगी. और मैं तो तरस रही हूँ कनेक्ट होने के लिए, रियली. अच्छा, कमिंग टू योर ट्रक आर्ट, एज इन आर कॉन्वर्सेशंस तुमने बताया कि ट्रक आर्ट इज़ वेरी इंडिजिनस टू पाकिस्तान, रियली, और इट्स वन ऑफ दोज थिंग्स दैट वी कैन एक्चुअली टेक प्राइड इन. तुम्हारे से पहले कभी किसी ने ट्रक आर्ट के ऊपर इस तरह काम किया जिस तरह?
आई थिंक बहुत सारे लोगों ने इस पे किया हुआ है. मुझे बाद में ऑब्वियसली रिसर्च करते हुए पता चलता है माजी हुसैन एंड लैला शहजादा had an exhibition in which they put some pictures of it. लेकिन इस तरह से मैं समझती हूँ ये बहुत सही नहीं होता कि आप कोई चीज़ को एक्सप्लॉइट करें या इस्तेमाल करें, बल्कि मैं समझती हूँ कि ये एक ज़रिया होता है लोगों की सोच जानने के लिए और पहचानने के लिए. तो मैं अपने काम में आई नेवर यूज़ any of these images, but I work in collaboration with people, and I think that is very exciting. So it's nice, you know.
That's well said, you know, and I like trucks, mostly for their size, but I like trucks, you know. And I remember that little thing that you had in your house. एक क्या था वो काफी साल पहले मुझे याद है.
Yes, very, very sweet Medina.
Very, very sweet Medina, of course. क्या कहाँ है वो? Where is that displayed?
वो actually उसमें 2 of those pieces were bought in a gallery in Queensland Art Gallery in Australia, and they were actually designed for an exhibition there which is called the Asia Pacific Triennial. And I again वो gallery वाली बात थी कि वो gallery में नहीं उसका चाहती थी कि बस gallery में महसूस रहे, तो I tried to create something. It was like a sort of letterbox, and people had to write in forms, and they were placed in various parts. There were 6 of them. They were placed in different places, and people had to participate. And it was basically about the notion of home. When I go and come from university, I see all these buildings that have things like heavenly homes, paradise, and you know, Al-Harmain, and इस तरह के नाम, and the whole advertising का जो concept होता है flats के, आप एक ये flat लेंगे तो automatically आपको ये बड़ी खूबसूरत सी बीवी और 2 बड़े खुशहाल बच्चे आपको मिल जाएंगे. So I think home is something very close to people's heart.
मदीना से क्या sort of?
Well, ये एक चीज़ है जो अक्सर मुझे गाड़ियों के ऊपर नज़र आता था लिखा हुआ, लेकिन मदीना is also a means city in Arabic. और वो जो एक लोगों को एक ख्वाहिश होती है कि एक जगह, एक ठिकाना, उसको आप, it wasn't really meant कि वो एक मज़हबी लिहाज से लिया जाए, लेकिन वो भी एक होता है कि मदीना घर है, you know, हमारे लिए, हम सब के लिए एक कॉन्सेप्ट है, एक सुकून की जगह है. तो मैंने उसको, उसकी तशबीह ली है. And there were also behind the paintings, there were behind it there were paintings which were taken from various cinema posters and put together and repainted, which were again about this anxiety about the home, the whole consumer dream. It's something that I think we very rapidly, Karachi, Pakistan, is becoming a consumer society.
अभी तुमने घर की बात की, ठिकाने की बात की, मुझे मेरे मरहूम शौहर याद आ गए. हाय, मैं तो झोलियाँ भर भर के उनके लिए दुआएं मांगती हूँ हर वक्त. हाय, वो ना होते तो इतना खूबसूरत शानदार घर मेरे पास कहाँ से होता. शुक्र है मुझे घर दे गए, ये ठिकाना मुझको दे गए. अब चाहती हूँ कि कोई ऐसा फंसाऊँ कि पूरा मुल्क ही मेरे हवाले हो जाए. You know, शहर is a bit small for my liking. Coming to your film posters, which you took to Japan. And अच्छा response. पहले तो first tell me, how did people sort of react to see those posters? I've seen them and I love them.
Well, I think I'm going to put both things, exhibitions together, because in my mind they all happen together. There was a film poster exhibition in Japan, and then साथ में there was the W11 tram in Melbourne. And I think before I go into the details of that, the thing that was most amazing, which I didn't expect, क्योंकि हमारे लिए तो ये तो मानूस चीज़ें हैं, हम इनको रोज़ देखते हैं, हम उनकी सही में कदर नहीं करते हैं. लेकिन जब लोगों ने उसको देखा, and they couldn't get over the fact that this did not fit in with their image of Pakistan. They didn't think we had a sense of humor, such a nice sense of humor. They didn't think we enjoyed life and had so much fun. And I think that was an eye-opener for me, that, you know, we don't realize what image we create is of a very serious sort of nation, and my experience of Pakistan is completely different.
Absolutely.
I think we have lots of fun.
I think I have fun all the time. You know how wild I can be sometimes even. But ये क्यों image ऐसा? खैर, we'll come to that later. But I'd like to know about your the way the Goras, even in Australia and Melbourne, reacted to your to the truck art, to the pieces, your artwork that you took and displayed there.
I think not just Goras, it was even वहाँ पे जो मुकीम पाकिस्तानी थे, वो भी उसको देख के they said एक लड़का वहाँ मिला रनचोड़ लाइन से. मैं पहले describe तो करूँ है क्या, तुम सोच रही होगी. वो एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन साहब हैं from the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, who's been working with trams.
Is he royal himself, Tari?
Not at all royal, no.
I pity.
He's very sweet.
Okay.
Simple.
And is he single also or not?
No.
Achha, pity.
Alas. So he's had come to Pakistan, and in fact we'd invited him from the university. He saw the trucks over here, had taken him to the market. So when during the Commonwealth Games, they decided that his project was to decorate a tram like a truck, and I said a truck wouldn't work. Let's do it W11. Karachi is Pakistan's most famous bus route, which is so beautifully decorated. So a team was found, and one of my students, Wajid Ali, he kind of arranged it all, and they identified Nusrat Iqbal, who is amazing. He's a true artist, and we didn't interfere at all. We never told him what to do. He designed with his team half of it here. Then they took it there, and for a month they fitted it to onto the tram. Then for the duration of the games, from 10 in the morning till 9 at night, it went round as a free service, with Noor Jahan's songs blaring from 6 speakers, lights, the whole works.
Wow.
Seats. I mean, it has been an enormous success, and it's something you can find on the internet. I like to do the new sites that are developing, but I think the important thing about that was human interaction. Again, something very close to my heart. And traveling from here to Australia, I was so conscious when you go to airports, everybody looks depressed. You know, even though they may be going on holiday, they may be going somewhere else. I feel it would be so nice if airports were a little bit more lively. And I think they found with the trams there, the conductors had finished. There are those ticket machines, and people sit there like this, very quiet, silent, not interacting. But in this, they were singing, they were dancing. There was a Sardarji who was dancing for an hour and a half with a 70-year-old Australian woman. People were bringing samosas on board. It was amazing. But मुझे एक बात पे मुझे बहुत शर्म आई कि पाकिस्तान की कोई कल्चरल प्रोग्राम में एंट्री नहीं थी. ये एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन की बनाई हुई थी, और मुझे बड़ा अफसोस हुआ.
But Durriya, you know, as proud as I am of you, and as happy I am as I am for my country, I'm very upset with you at the same time. इतने गाने बजाने, इतना हल्ला गुल्ला, इतना सारा मज़ा, और तुमने एक दफ़ा भी झूठे मुझे इनवाइट नहीं किया. But perhaps I'm sure you know you must have thought कि अगर मैं आ जाऊँगी तो तुम्हारे W11 को कौन देखेगा? You know, I would have been the biggest exhibition for Pakistan there, really. But no, I understand, darling. I understand. अभी ताजमहल रिलीज हो रही है पाकिस्तान में. मुग़ल आज़म रिलीज हो रही है पाकिस्तान में.
I think Sonia is just utterly beautiful.
Beautiful girl, really she is. I think she truly looks like Noor Jahan's sort of granddaughter, and
yes,
more
she's
and
got
more, and
a wonderful beauty about
her, really. And you know what? Sonia keeps calling me, and one day she called me and she told me, she said, I shouldn't say this on screen, but she told me, she said, कि Auntie Nazi, you know who my ideal is? Not grandmama, it's you. She's so inspired by my beauty. That's why I keep praising her all the time. लेकिन अभी तुम्हारे ख्याल में जो इंडियन फिल्म्स रिलीज होंगी पाकिस्तान में और देखी जाएंगी, लोग जाएंगे, do you think that will help revive that culture of going to the cinema and watching films?
I'm sure it will. लेकिन साथ साथ में जब तक कि हमारी लोकल फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को सपोर्ट ना मिले, there have to be. You can't just think कि हवा में से producers, directors, actors बन जाएंगे. तो I think थोड़ा इसको methodically भी देखना चाहिए. There should be really good training schools. We should, you know, people are scared of film. I don't know why they're scared of film. They think, you know, film schools शुरू हो जाएंगे तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा. But actually you'll just get better quality. And once you have better quality, our stories are very nice. Our actors are very good. The problem is, you know, the whole support structure, the quality of cameras and equipment and so on, which is something so easy to help out with. It's so easy to just put a budget and set up something that's state of the art. We're doing it in computers. Why not in film?
Absolutely. But तब तुमने भी बात की और तुम मुझसे और ज़्यादा प्यार करोगी, मेरी you'll start caring about me more, probably respecting me a little bit more also when I tell you कि तुमने भी बात की कि पाकिस्तानी इंडस्ट्री को सपोर्ट करने की ज़रूरत है. अब पता नहीं कि हुकूमत वाले सपोर्ट करें ना करें, लेकिन मैंने सपोर्ट कर दिया इंडस्ट्री को. जानती हो कैसे? I haven't told you this one. I have signed 2 films. अब देखो ना, जब मैं
मैं
फिल्म
अभी
करूंगी,
पूछने ही वाली थी।
जब मैं फिल्म करूंगी तो फिल्म तो हिट होगी ही।
होगी,
जब फिल्म
होगी।
हिट होगी तो इंडस्ट्री तो सपोर्ट होगी ही। You know, I've signed 2 films and I'm so looking forward to it. One with Saqib Malik and the other with Sayyid Noor. Have you seen Majajan yet or not?
No.
Which is the last Pakistani film that you went to see in the cinema?
In the cinema was ये दिल आपका हुआ।
How do you feel about Karachi first? कराची के बारे में कैसे महसूस करती हो अपने शहर के
भाई
बारे में?
आई डोंट नो, कराची एक ड्रग की तरह होता है। यू नो यू हाउएवर it's wonderful when I go to Lahore and I see those gorgeous trees and all that kind of thing, but then I'm so happy to be back in Karachi. Somehow there's something very real about Karachi and it's the people, you know, it's Karachi is like a little, it's like a secret, it's like layers and layers. मैंने एक इसके ऊपर भी एक आर्ट वर्क शुरू किया था. I don't even like to call it artwork, let's say event, called Meetha Pani. उसमें भी I took all the maps of Karachi, which was very difficult to get hold of because nobody uses maps. Everybody says Disco Bakery, 4 Mint Ki Chaurangi, you know, Aisha Manzil, Lal Koti, which doesn't exist anymore. And you'll say कि भाई you turn, take the next road, after the नीम का दरख्त, then you'll see एक काला गेट नज़र आएगा और फिर उसके आगे 3 गेट के बाद कोई ये नहीं कहता road number, street number. And then the names of roads are changing all the time. And people make their own names. So it's like a kind of reclaiming of the city. It's like the establishment thinks that they're organizing the city in a particular way. They never include the people in that organization. So people make their own names and I love them. I mean, 4 Mint Ki Chaurangi is just really nice.
I think it sounds
it's
very
a beautiful
nice.
name. A very boring looking place, but the name is nice.
I know, but मैं तो इंतजार कर रही हूँ उस दिन का जब चौरंगियाँ मेरे नाम पे रखी जाएंगी.
बिल्कुल,
है ना?
बिल्कुल.
Although the establishment is very insecure, darling. And by the way, I have to make a confession also. I mean, half the reason the industry moved to Lahore, well, actually,
Because of you.
absolutely, because you know,
जलते
you remember
थे,
that time when I
जलते
briefly
थे.
moved to Lahore? No, I remember the time when I briefly moved to Lahore. सारे financier भागे भागे मेरे पीछे आ गए, सारे producer भागे भागे मेरे पीछे आ गए, सारे hero भागे भागे मेरे पीछे आ गए. So industry had to just move to Lahore, and you know I couldn't say no to Waheed. Sweetheart, you tell me when तुम मेरा sculpture कब बना रही हो? और उसको क्या कहूँ, क्या टाइटल दोगी?
कैसे मुझ में ताकत कैसी होगी?
कोई बात नहीं, मैंने कहा नहीं
Such
आर्टिस्ट हो.
perfection.
मैंने कहा नहीं आर्टिस्ट हो, चांस दे देती हो, मेरा स्कल्पचर बना लोगी तो दुनिया भर में मकबूल हो जाओगी.
So then you see, if I was to make your sculpture ever, I would have to break my chisels and never make another one. So till I've finished everything I have to say, in the end I'll make your sculpture.
Okay, lovely, and I'll think of a nice title for it. Okay. I'm in conversation with Durriya Kazi, and I'm having such a lovely time, really. You know, कितनी अजीब सी बात होती है दुरिया कि हम इतना वक्त साथ गुजार लेते हैं, and you know we don't get to know each other.
I know.
You know, and I'm so glad tonight is our night.